Hello, you are listening to Demon FM, and we are live for the Rugby Varsity 2018. Joining me today, I am Henry Johnson. Joining me is Ross.
Hello,
and
nice to be here.
Also Megan.
Hi.
And now the game has just kicked off. Just bear in mind that we do have a live audience, so if there is any swearing that you overhear, we do apologise in advance. So Megan, you've joined us today commentating, and you've actually played with the DMU women's team before.
I have.
So what position did you play?
I used to play second row.
Did you enjoy the position when you played for them?
Yeah, I loved it. I played for a year and a half.
Oh wow, so you've got some great experience, and hopefully we'll have some good advice for you throughout.
Hopefully.
So it's worth mentioning the game has started about 5 seconds ago. DMU are halfway in between the halfway line and the 22, coming up to Leicester's try line, and Leicester have won the line out. What did you think about that, Ross?
Just didn't get it in front of her opposite number. I think line out throw is probably a wee bit skew-iff, but it's all about the defence now. Get the defensive line set.
I mean, they do look like they've got some good defensive lines. They seem to be coming up together at DMU. Leicester do have some strong runners though, and they seem to be making up quite a few metres, don't they, after every phase?
Yes, they're up to the halfway line now. DMU girls just need to hang in there and weather the storm.
So Megan, have you actually played in a varsity before?
Yeah, I played last year here, second row.
So could you talk to us a little bit about what's going through all of the DMU girls' minds right now, and also the University of Leicester's minds? What's going through their heads right now?
I believe a lot of them who didn't play last year, and also the girls that played last year, are very nervous. But I think now they're on, their heads are on, they're getting excited, and yeah, I think they're going to do really well.
So when do you think the nerves wear off? Do you think the first minute the nerves go, your head's in the game, and you're wanting to win?
Yeah, definitely. As soon as they're on, as soon as that whistle blows, their minds completely switch, and they're completely on, ready to go. I think for both sides, I reckon.
Leicester have just kicked for a line out. But because it went straight out, I believe. Oh no, it is a line out. It's a penalty.
Yeah.
So Leicester now have the line out on the halfway line. Let's see what they can do here. And number 2 is throwing in now. Leicester have gained the ball, and they've decided to maul it.
Referee's called crooked throw, so Montfort they'll get the put in at the scrum, and left side of the pitch they've plenty of space to work with on the open side.
Yeah, so that means that now De Montfort have the ball, and they've chosen for the scrum. So, do you know many of the girls in the De Montfort team?
Yeah, I've played with all these girls in the BUPS that we've just finished.
So, do you think
really well.
Do you think that De Montfort have a strong scrum then?
They have a very good strong scrum, yeah, but now it's just collapsed.
It has collapsed, yes.
Yeah.
We'll see what the referee's decision is with having a re-scrum. It'd be interesting to see, really, how this game pans out. I mean, we're only in the first few minutes now, but it does seem quite even so far. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's been really even so far. We started off quite well. We pushed them up to their try line, to Leicester's try line, but they do have quite a lot of strong runners, as you said before.
Yes, Leicester have got the ball from the scrum. They're whipping it down the line. Did a nice little scissor manoeuvre. Oh, and I believe DMU did fumble the ball, but they have retained it, and they're again passing it out the side. A good strong run there, broke the line almost. How do you think the performance is going so far?
I think it's going all right. I think the Leicester uni, they have quite a good defensive line, so it's going to be quite hard for us to break through.
Oh, and there was a drop there from one of the De Montfort players. Leicester do, yes, as you say, Leicester have got quite a strong defence. What do you think about their defence, Ross?
They've probably been marginally on top. Their defensive line's been quick up into De Montfort's faces. But as I say here, De Montfort have won the penalty. Dmu-Uol have just gone straight off their feet, so looking like they're tapping and going. Don't see that too often in the modern game. Normally opt to go for touch, but
it's nice to see that they're keeping the game flowing by tapping and going though as well.
De Montfort's hooker Izzy Drexler made good yardage there, and the shot that she has another go. another bite at the cherry now. Just Megan, a quick question from me. With the game being rescheduled, would that have disrupted preparations in the sense of they were so pumped up for going the last time only for it to be rained off, and would that have affected preparations much?
I'm not sure about preparation, maybe in their heads a bit, because they would have psyched themselves up a bit, wouldn't they? Yeah, but I think it's been good because they've got a lot more training sessions in, a lot more friendlies, so they've carried on with playing, they haven't stopped. If anything, they've got a bit stronger.
And I suppose that goes for both teams, really.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So both teams have had more time to practice, which should mean that we get a better game out of it, I suppose.
You'd hope so.
Do you know how many first-year players there are today?
There is quite a few. We've got quite a lot of freshers this year compared to other previous years. A few of them have never played before, and they've played really well all season.
Have they never played the game before?
A lot of our freshers didn't before, no.
Oh wow, so they're completely new to the game.
We've got Izzy Drexler with the ball now. She has played before, and she's playing with her Leicester County now, I believe.
Oh wow.
So yeah, she's really good. We've got another few players that play outside of uni, and now they've played here with Bucks. They're like on breaks, like summer breaks and stuff. They've got their own team.
That's good. So De Montfort University, we're on the attack now, and we're sort of just behind the 10-metre line at University of Leicester, and it seems that University of Leicester has just ripped the ball off one of the De Montfort players. So now Uni of Leicester have the ball.
It's good chop tackle there from Amy Baker.
Mary Trimmer's now just taken the ball, I believe, and that's a turnover for DMU.
So the referee's just blown for a knock-on and a scrum down, and De Montfort have the ball. Now, I must also say, they are playing in the Welford Road Stadium, Leicester Tiger Stadium, and it's really great that we get to be in these sort of atmospheres, especially for university rugby. I think it really steps up the game quite a bit. It makes it almost professional. Would you agree?
Oh no, yeah, definitely. They're buzzing about it. I'm sure UL are definitely feeling the same. I know a lot of my players have said that it's a definitely tick off their bucket list for playing here.
Oh, I can imagine.
It's very surreal.
As a rugby player myself, I would have loved to play in one of these big stadiums, because I suppose they do get to go into the changing rooms and everything like that, and be like how the professional players do it, I suppose.
Yeah, you feel really. I know I did last year. You feel amazing. You feel like you're one of our professionals.
De Montfort have run down the outside. It looks like she might go all the way.
It's good strong run there from Honor Dana. Handed off her opposite number and has taken De Montfort up to the 5-metre line.
We are right on the University of Leicester's try line. De Montfort are looking for the try. The referee has blown. We're waiting to see what this is for.
I'm not too sure what that's before. I've never seen that signal in my life.
Oh, I haven't either.
Or maybe is that not releasing the tackler? Tackle player?
Oh yeah, not releasing, I think. But De Montfort still have the ball, and we are on the University of Leicester's. They are on the University of Leicester's 5-metre line. It'll be interesting to see what they can pull out from this attacking play here.
Yeah, it was a very strong run from Honor.
And we again have a penalty, and I believe that was for University of Leicester diving over the top.
Yeah, I think that was.
Looks like UOL are on their last warning here. The referees talking to their captain a wee bit. Could see a yellow card if indiscipline persists. Yeah.
I don't think DMU have scored a try since 2012 playing against Leicester United Varsity.
So this could be quite historic then.
Yeah, that's probably why they're getting a bit.
I believe.
Turnover.
Oh. We'll see. The referee's holding them. He's saying stay. It is a turnover, I think. Yeah. University of Leicester have come away with the ball.
Looks like now Mary Trimmer's about to rip the ball.
No. What do you think University of Leicester should do from here? They're on their back foot in their try zone, so to say. I thought they were going for a kick, but no, they're going to run it out, I believe.
I think they may be panicking right now.
Yeah. So, they're going out. They've gone for a kick. It's not gone very far.
I think they do have a penalty advantage here. I think one of the De Montfort girls was offside.
Honor Dan's just knocked on by accident trying to catch the ball from the air.
Yes. So University of Leicester now have the ball, and I believe they're going to kick for touch, which I think is a sensible decision. It means they get a throw in, they get to retain possession, and they also get some meters as well. Very strong from De Montfort University so far, though.
Yeah, they've been really good with their fitness this season. Really been pushing it. They really want to try and get a win this year.
Do you think they've had a stronger start this year than they had last year?
I think the start was a little bit rocky. Obviously, we had a lot of freshers that never played before, but we'd like to keep the morale up. It's not always about winning, and we haven't done as well as we wanted to in Bucks, but again, we are still playing so well, and they've still got their head screwed on, and they're still really wanting to win, and they've tried so hard.
And actually, De Montfort have just won the line out as well, the University of Leicester line out, which means that they are on the attack again, and University of Leicester are on the defence. That was very good line out.
Yeah, that's Rachel Bresty now at the ball.
She's powering through. She's just past the 22-metre line, and again, De Montfort are on the front foot, looking to possibly score here.
Go on, Tier.
She has gone through. She's made a few more metres there. What do you think about this attacking play, Ross?
Yeah, it's been very positive from DMU. They haven't actually let UOL into the DMU half so far, and I think the referee's going to go for a card here.
Yeah, I think they've been repeat offending, haven't they?
Fourth or fifth penalty now.
For the same offence.
UOL have given away in the red zone, so.
Yeah.
I think they're just panicking now, aren't they? They're getting too close to scoring that try, so they're not liking it.
Yeah, no, they're sort of doing what they can, and it's not really within the rugby laws. No. So they're sort of having a bit of a talk to here, and there is a yellow card for one of the University of Leicester players, which means 10 minutes in the sin bin, which could actually put De Montfort University at quite a high advantage with one less player.
Especially when they're very close to scoring that try.
Yeah. That is.
It'll be interesting now to see what De Montfort do, to whether they take the 3 points. It's penalties right in front of the posts, about 10 metres inside the 22-metre line. Doesn't look like they're shaping up. I think they're maybe looking like running it. What do you think, Megan?
They've just called for the scrum, actually.
I think that's a good decision from DMU for doing a scrum. We're so close. We've got the power, we've got the energy, we've got it all. It's right near the beginning. They're not tired.
We've got one more player.
Exactly,
they've got one more player than them as well.
I think they're in a good way right now.
And how far are we actually into this game right now?
I think we're about 13 minutes.
13 minutes into the
in.
game.
We don't actually have a clock here at Welford Road, so we're having to rely on our own timekeeping.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I haven't been stopping the clock because of that many other things to do.
18 minutes, I believe. It's
yeah.
28 past.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, we're still at the scrummage. The ball flew out, and they've gone for a re-scrum. And they've come out of the back. Number 8 picked it up.
Ashley Lewis. So UOL scrum half did well there to keep a hold of her, or else she was in the money there.
Yes, there are some strong runners from De Montfort University going through the lines. They seem to be making a few more metres after the ruck. Megan's getting very excited, looking at her friends.
It's very hard being up here, not down with them.
I can imagine. They've shipped it over.
That's our captain now with it.
They've still not quite yet got over the try line.
So close.
They've advantage.
Oh, I'm not too sure what's going on here.
Personnel advantage here over on the right.
Or the advantage.
Yeah. Had an overlap.
An overlap.
Get that over the line. That should be a DMU scrum if that's over the line.
That should be. Let's see what the referee has to say here.
It's
Scrum's
held up.
No.
Just at their last hurdle.
Yeah.
So that is a scrum down for who gets the ball out of that, Ross?
University of Leicester. De Montfort took it in, and because formed the maul, with UOL formed the maul with a choke tackle, which basically meant keeping the De Montfort girl up without not making a ruck.
Not taking her down to ground,
yeah.
keeping her up in the ball. Yeah.
The ball becomes unplayable. And unfortunately, if she had got across the line, it would have been held up, and then would have been a DMU scrum, but not to be, unfortunately.
No, unfortunately not. But it'll be interesting to see if with an extra player, DMU can regain the ball. They've done it before. They've turned over the ball before, and I wouldn't like to be University of Leicester having to defend. Defending in the game is much worse than attacking. Attacking is the thing you want to be doing. Particularly,
they're 5 metres out from their own line. Very big pitch here at Welford Road, one of the biggest ones in England. So they'll be doing well. I can see them just kicking this and giving Montfort ball back.
Yeah, I can see that as well. And it looks like they are going to kick. Oh no, she's been surrounded. Oh, she has got the kick away, and it has gone out. That was a very good kick there from University of Leicester. I believe it bounced before it went out as well. She was under pressure. She was getting surrounded as well there.
It was very, very good from the Montfort back row. They got up in the Dmu-Uol out half's face and put the pressure on. But saying that, it was very, very good clearance kick under pressure. But thankfully, DMU have the ball back.
Yeah, so it's a Dmu line out now on the 22-metre line, which means that it's 22 metres away from the University of Leicester try line, and we'll have to see what DMU can do here in the line out. Do you know who the hooker is throwing it in?
That is Izzy Drexler.
Izzy, so they've thrown it in now, and the ball has come loose. So it's a knock on by DMU, which means it's a scrum down to University of Leicester. So, are you sad that you're up here and not on the pitch, Megan?
I am very sad. I'd much prefer to be down on the pitch with those girls, but they've got it without me. They can do it. Hopefully.
Okay. I mean, do you know? So the men's rugby game. Stay tuned to Demon FM because the men's rugby game is coming after the women's rugby game, and that's much later on. Though, so definitely
quarter
stay
past
tuned
8
for that.
kick-off, I believe.
Quarter past 8. So definitely stay tuned for that. This game is sort of winding down a bit now. It's finding its tempo, really, isn't it?
Dmu-Uol did well to sustain that pressure from the Montfort, but they do still have a woman disadvantage, and the Montfort have a line out on the Dmu-Uol 10-metre line, which was gathered by Mary Trimmer, and DMU are putting it out to the backs here, send it Honor Dana.
And it's got out to the winger, and she has been tackled, but it did look like that tackle was high, but the referee has not picked up on that.
Second strong run from Honor. They'll be looking to get the ball into their hands more often.
Good sidestep.
I believe that was a knock-on by De Montfort. So the referee's called it up. There's no advantage being played. Scrum down, University of Leicester ball. I mean, that was very good running, very good backs work by De Montfort there. Did you used to work on a lot of backs work when you were playing for them?
No, I've always been in the forwards, always in the forward pack. But the backs, they've got their own little routines. They know what they want to do. They just need to kind of get into the swing of it once they start playing for a bit.
Yeah. University of Leicester have won their own scrum, and they are passing it down the line now. They've got some strong runners as well. They do break the line, but only get a few metres after the line. It's worth saying they are still in their own half at the moment.
Very good tackle there from Mimi Baker.
Great tackle.
Yeah, and De Montfort have won the ball back.
Izzy Drexler now with it.
She's been everywhere.
Yeah, she's brilliant. She's a brilliant player. Always there.
And again, DMU are in University of Leicester half, pressuring again to hopefully put some scores on the scoreboard, because it is 0-0 at the minute as well. It looks like a University of Leicester player has come down injured. A medic is on the field, but the game is playing on.
They've now got 2 players down, I believe, haven't they?
Yes, that's right.
2 players off.
Yes. University of Leicester have now got possession. Possession seems to be going back and forth quite a lot, really, from the rucks.
It's good counter ruck there with the 9 under pressure.
I believe the referee has paused the game because of this injury.
Yeah.
The play was getting quite close, so things are winding down a bit now. What do you think De Montfort need to do to stop these turnovers happening in the ruck, and as well University of Leicester, because they both seem to be getting turned over quite a lot?
I think the support needs to be there just a little bit more. There's been a few times where we could have rucked over a bit sooner to protect our ball. I think University of Leicester are really on it today with their defence. They're getting straight there, trying to rip that ball, and they're getting it. So we just need to keep on our toes. They're probably very disheartened that they didn't get that try earlier on. So.
Yeah, but they didn't get the try, but I mean it does show that they have the capabilities of getting on the 5-metre line. I believe the injured girl is coming off now. She's getting a round of applause, so she can probably hear in the background, and she's been subbed off for somebody. Sorry. I'm not sure how that injury happened. Did you know?
I think it was maybe just. She looked like it was hobbling a wee bit, maybe a clash of knees or something. Nothing that a magic spray won't cure, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll be able to. I'm sure she'll be okay tomorrow. And if you've just tuned in to Demon FM, this is the live coverage of the Rugby Varsity 2018, and it is the women's Rugby Varsity at the minute. And University of Leicester have just had a scrummage, and they seem to have knocked on out of the scrummage.
Dmu have a wee chance to counter here off that turnover.
Tiffany Lewis has now got the ball, and I believe she's just been pulled out offside.
Yeah. That was unfortunate. A little bit of an error from UOL's opened the game up a wee bit for Dmu there, but unfortunately they couldn't capitalise.
I believe UOL's yellow card woman just came back on now.
Yes, I think she has done so. UOL are back to a full team, which is going to again make challenges for De Montfort. They no longer have the advantage of an extra player.
It's hard to believe we're 22 minutes into the game or so, and still 0-0.
Still 0-0. Yeah.
Yep.
I think you might have been right earlier, Ross, that De Montfort should have taken the 3 points.
I don't know. Well, at the same time, they were on top.
They were, yeah.
They fancied their chances. They backed themselves, but unfortunately, it wasn't to be. But they do have the ball here, just centre of the pitch, the scrum. UOL knock on. Maybe if they get the ball into Honor-Dana, into the hands of Honor-Dana again, she seems to have the beating of her opposite number on the left wing here.
Yeah, she does. They're just behind the University of Leicester's 22-metre line. So again, all of the plays have been in the University of Leicester half. De Montfort have not yet been in their half yet, which is very good.
Unfortunately, ball lost forward, ball lost at the scrum, turnover. UOL now have the ball inside their 22-metre line. Pick and go here from the forwards. It looks like they're shaping up with the number 10 in the pocket, shaping up to clear their lines.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get a bit more space for them, so they're doing some pick and goes, trying to get a bit more space for their kicker. And yeah, she has gone for the kick.
Though that it's taken back inside the 22-metre line because the kick went out in the full, brought the ball back in. So there's now a De Montfort line out from where the ball was kicked.
Which is on the 22-metre line.
Yeah, good attacking platform here.
Like I've said before, though, De Montfort University, they seem to be dominating the game at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe that would be fair to say. Would you not agree? Because they've been in the University of Leicester's half pretty much the whole 22 minutes that have been played so far.
Yeah, the whole game.
How does this compare to last year? Did De Montfort have most of the territory last year?
To be honest, I don't actually remember. I did get injured in the first half, got concussion, so I came off, and I don't actually remember much of the game.
De Montfort again have come away with the possession from the line out, and they're looking for some more attacking plays. Looks like they're doing some crash balls with their forwards.
Rachel Gresty there with the carry. Gabby Stroka with another big carry. She's put in a few big carries this afternoon, and she's been a reliable ball carrier so far. However, they've taken it in, but they've got the ball to the ground. UOL tried to deploy a choke tackle.
Oh.
It's a lovely wee dummy there from De Montfort's inside centre. Kate Whitfield tried to buy herself a wee bit of space, but unfortunately it seems she's been stripped of the ball. Now UOL have a chance to clear their lines.
University of Leicester seem to be very good at ripping the ball and turning over in rucks. And I believe De Montfort University will be looking at to keep up their defence a bit more, maybe retain a bit more possession, because I do feel they're sort of the reason that they're not doing as well is because they keep on losing the ball. But I mean, University of Leicester, they were about to run down the outside, but I believe it's been a knock on, and which means it will be De Montfort's possession from now.
It's a great chance today. So far with how the game's panned out, De Montfort lost Varsity last year. Great chance for a wee bit of revenge here at Welford Road.
Years and years of revenge.
When was the last time the women's won Varsity? Do you know?
Won Varsity, I'm not sure, but I think last year was the first year in a very long while that we got points on the board, and that was on a penalty kick.
Yeah.
If De Montfort University won the Varsity this year, I suppose that gives them bragging rights, doesn't it?
Oh, 100%.
And I suppose if they ever played a friendly against Leicester, a few words might be said saying, do you remember Varsity?
Oh, yeah.
De Montfort University, they're on the attack again. They are about halfway between the 22 and the 5 metre line. They've got some strong runners again going through now on the 5 metre line. I'm not sure what phase this is, but they've had quite a few phases. They seem to be passing it out, running it in again, not breaking the 5 metre line. What do you think they should be doing now to possibly, break through? And
I think they need to pass it just a little bit more. There are a very obvious few people that are getting the ball and nearly scoring that try. We've got Rachel Victoria Gresty, and we've got Honor Dans have nearly scored a try quite a few times. I think then a few people need to support them as soon as they're getting tackled. I think a lot of the girls are kind of waiting, thinking they're going to get the try. They just need to run up and support them in case they don't get that try, so they can hopefully break past.
That's another sin binning for UOL. I've lost count of many penalties they've given away in their own 22. Probably deserved.
And they've taken it quickly.
That's it. Izzy
She's looking for the
Drexler
line.
with the ball now.
Inches over the line.
Let's wait for the referee's decision.
Held up.
That's very unfortunate. That was very good decision making there to take it quickly.
She's very good at those side steps, Izzy is.
And is it De Montfort scrum?
Yes.
Yeah, De Montfort scrum on the 5 metre line.
Yeah. Interesting. Committing all the backs to the open side, but there's only one UOL defender on the blind side. Maybe
it might be
8 pick and go right.
8 pick and go right. Which she has done.
Ashley, I believe.
Oh
Lewis.
no! The ball has been lost by De Montfort, but it's interesting to see who will get possession now. Again, you are listening to Dmu FM's live coverage of the Varsity 2018, and it is the women's Varsity first that we're commentating on. And if you've just tuned in, the score is 0-0. And how long are we into the game so far, Ross?
Coming up on 30 minutes. Another 10 to go in the half, which has been played in the UOL 22 metre line.
It seems UOL they've kicked for space now. The fullback, De Montfort fullback, has picked up the ball and she's not made many metres. They're halfway between the 10 metre line and the 22 metre line now, but De Montfort do have possession.
What did
you think about that clearance, Megan? It was quite a good clearance.
Yeah, that was quite good. We've got brilliant leg drive then from Izzy.
So, yes, again, we must say that we are live on Dmu FM, and we are in and sort of amongst the crowd, so if there is any swearing you hear possibly over the top of us, we do have to apologise in advance for if that happens. But again, the score is 0-0 here at the 2018 Rugby Varsity, Women's Rugby Varsity, and De Montfort have a penalty.
Yeah, offside.
Izzy Drexler taking it again, I think.
I'm not sure what happened there. Did you see what happened there?
I think she went to kick it and then she missed it and then she went to kick it again, so she dropped it.
So it is a line out now, but it is I think it's a
Dmu-Uol Line Out.
Dmu-Uol Line Out. Yeah, that's quite an unfortunate play. That's just a bit, I suppose, a bit of bad luck, really.
A bit of fumbling, yeah.
Yeah. So right now, do you think both teams have the fitness to keep on going, keep on powering through?
I think so. We haven't really moved much, really. We've only really been in half of the pitch, really, haven't we?
Yes, we have. We've been in the University of Leicester's half.
Yeah, a bit of back and forth, but I think they're all right for now.
I think the real breakthroughs that could be made will be made after half time, when a bit of fatigue sets in and a bit of slow decision making might happen, that might make a lucky break for either of the teams here at the 2018 Varsity. And it's worth saying as well, you played last year, didn't you, Megan?
Yes, yeah.
But you said you got injured, didn't you?
I did.
So what injury did you get?
It was a concussion.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
oh, gosh.
and a neck sprain as well.
Oh,
it wasn't the best, but.
So University of Leicester, they've just got a penalty now. I didn't see what that was for. They've tapped and goad, so they're running it off.
UOL do have a wee bit of an overlap here if they could get out into their outside backs hands, but De Montfort scrambled well.
They did, yes. I think they needed a bit more vision, I think they needed their inside centres to sort of look out and see the overlap, but I don't think they saw that overlap they had. University of Leicester. Again, University of Leicester, they're trying to make the metres up, but they're only just behind their 22-metre line.
Mary Trimmer had her hands in on the ball here. Just wasn't too sure.
De Montfort have what? Oh no, he's called it back.
Yeah, De Montfort seemed to take the 10 metres thinking it was the UOL penalty when in fact the referee had his hand out for UOL. But yeah, as I say, Mary Trimmer got her hands in over the ball well. First tackler in to try and win the turnover, which meant that a UOL girl had to go in from the side to remove her from the ruck.
De Montfort University took their penalty and they ran with it, and they actually made up quite a few metres there, and they're having some big hitters, some big runners going in and hitting that defensive line, trying to break through. They've again, they're just going through the faces, getting the metres up. Then let's see what they can do from here. They've passed it out. They've gone to the winger now, but unfortunately the winger did not manage to gain many metres. University of Leicester have got some good tackling going on. It's right on the limit though, this tackling. Would you agree, Megan?
Yeah, definitely. They're really powerful now. I think they're a bit shocked, to be honest, of how well we're playing, and it's just amazing. I think they're really playing well together as well, to be honest, because I think Leicester are now seeing our disadvantages and our advantages, like what we're good at, what we're not good at, and the same vice versa. DMU are seeing what they're good at.
Yeah, they're working out the weaknesses of the other team.
Yeah, definitely.
Number 11
now has the ball.
And there's no stopping her.
So De Montfort University, they've just scored a try, and the referee has blown for the try. All the girls are running in, celebrating, doing a big pile-on. That means the score now is 5-0 to De Montfort University.
Yeah.
And am I right? And that's quite amazing. The crowd really got electric. Our guest presenter here, Megan, she was jumping up and down and going out of her seat. That's really nice to see that, though, isn't it? Getting a try after all of that hard work.
Absolutely amazing. So proud of them.
Did you feel that was a good setup try?
Yeah, it was coming, to be honest. Honor Dana, she's looked very well. She's looked very, very good on the left wing.
That was Izzy Drexler, is number 11. Who was it?
Honor Dan's, the one with the.
Oh, Honor Dan's.
Yeah.
Sorry.
She last year she got a red card and came off, and she was very upset about it. She's been a really good player.
Wow. So yeah, that was number 11.
Definitely redeemed herself.
Number 11, Honor Dan's there, scoring for De Montfort University, and I think that's really gonna raise the heads of De Montfort, isn't it? Really gonna raise their heads. They're gonna feel like they can do this. What do you think, Ross? Okay. Sorry, you might be able to hear that. That was the announcer. They're drowned out, really. We can't really. Anyway. they're setting up again now for the restart. They didn't manage to get the conversion, so it is just 5 points for De Montfort University. Great play though. I think University of Leicester. What do you think will go through their heads? You know, DMU have got 5 points on the scoreboard.
I believe it was 2012 we last got any points on the board, as in from tries. So that's a massive, massive advantage for us, and I don't think University of Leicester are going to be very happy about it.
No. But I mean, they've come back now after the restart, and they've gained possession after their restart kick, and they're just behind the De Montfort University's 10-metre line. And I think this is the first time they've got this far over to the De Montfort side of the pitch.
Yeah, I think something's gone off in their heads now, and they're like, we can't let any more points go on our board, so they're really trying.
And the crowd's really getting into it. They're getting quite electric right now. It looks like De Montfort have a player down injured on the far side of the pitch, and medical attention is being sought to her at the moment. But the game is still going on. University of Leicester are still pushing, and
it's a good drive.
They've just got about a metre off De Montfort University's 22-metre line. How do you think about their plays so far after the restart?
I think the girls are very, very excited, which I know I definitely would be, but they need to get their heads back in the game.
They do have an overlap, but a player had been tackled. That was great defence there from De Montfort University, securing and tackling that person before they could offload it to the overlap.
It is UOL's first venture into the De Montfort 22. And coming up to half time, they need to get points on the board here. But despite it's been fairly dominant from DMU.
De Montfort did come away with the ball there, but the referee has blown for a penalty, and I believe it is a University of Leicester penalty, which it is, yes. What do you think De Montfort need to do now to sort of lock it down, secure their... Do you think they need to lock it down and secure their score for half time?
Definitely, because if URL get a try now, they definitely won't be happy. I think they just need to wake up a little bit now. They've got the points, they're excited about it, but now they need to remember they are playing a game. They need to get their heads back into it.
I suppose it's not just about the one try, it's about,
it's about the end
staying
result.
in the game. Yeah. And yeah, I do agree. I think they just need to lock it down till half time, go in, refresh their heads, and have a restart of the game.
Definitely. I believe that was Dania who was injured, but she shakes it off now. She's walking. I think it was her ankle.
Okay, so the injured player is still on the pitch and is playing on. University of Leicester, they've just kicked for touch. That was a good kick. And now they have a line out on De Montfort's 5-metre line.
Hansen returns from the sin bin for UOL, and it's a very promising position. They have the ball in. It'll be interesting to see if DMU can hold off this attack. They haven't had much defending to do in this half of DMU, but this will be a big test.
Yes, it will be a big test. It will really sort of show their defence and how good their defence is. There was a bit of a scrappy line out there from University of Leicester, and the referee has called it up, and he's given a scrum down to Leicester because it was a knock-on by De Montfort.
Leicester have the ball, 5-metre line, about 15 metres in from the touchline. So they've got a bit of a blind side to work with here, but have a decent-sized open side.
Defence is really going to be key for De Montfort now. The defensive line is stood on the try line. They need to come up quickly, tackle, and not let anything slip really for them to
have their heads up. Need to make sure they're getting low.
They're passing. University of Leicester are passing it out now, and it does look like University of Leicester have just scored a try, and you can see the frustration on De Montfort University's women's team, in that you can see it on their faces. What did you think about that try, Megan?
It was good from University of Leicester. It was very good. They saw that we didn't have many defenders around, so they used it as an advantage. They carried on going down the line, and they just got the try. Our heads weren't up.
Yeah, they really used their overlap there, didn't they?
Yeah, definitely.
And I mean, the Leicester crowd, they are so excited about that, especially just before half time as well. They've managed to get that score in.
And Leicester's fullback here is Tulmarsh has a chance to take the lead in the game with the conversion on the 15-metre line on the right side of the UOL pitch.
Don't think the wind is to their side either.
No.
So
Have you seen this University of Leicester player kick before, Megan?
I haven't, no.
So it'd be interesting to see. I think she has been the girl who has been kicking for how do you call it? Kicking for meterage all throughout. So I think that she's their go-to kicker. Yeah.
I feel like she's been quite good so far. I'm not sure about her aim, but we'll see.
I mean, no, she has missed that. It barely just made the try line, but it was a valiant effort though. So that puts the scores at 5-5 at the moment. So back to square one really for both teams.
Yeah, 100%. Heads up. They need to get into it now. They need to realise that just because they got a first try doesn't mean that they're going to win it. They obviously must have got way too excited about it. They just need to realise now they need to get on it.
Do you think that the De Montfort defence needs to step up a notch?
A little bit. I think with the drifting, they're not getting in their defensive line as quick as they should be.
Yeah,
a great tackle.
I do agree. I agree that the University of Leicester defence is slightly better than the De Montfort defence, but I think that possibly De Montfort's attacking is better than University of Leicester's attacking. University of Leicester have just got the ball and they have just run through the whole De Montfort team.
Yes.
She hasn't quite made it to the try line though.
That's a superb tackle from
From kick-off, really. University of
Yeah.
Leicester have just made it to De Montfort's 5-metre line, and again they are pushing for the try. What do you think about this, Ross? This is very intense now, isn't it?
That was a terrific covering tackle from DMU's scrum half, Caroline Singleton.
Yeah.
Really
managed to catch up with her and take her around the legs, which is what you have to do, really.
Leicester do have a bit of an overlap here on the Holland and Bar side of the pitch.
Great description, Holland and Barrett.
And I think they've crossed the line again. That's another try.
Yes.
Another try.
So that is
this time Jade Shakespeare, I believe.
So yeah, University of Leicester. Jade Shakespeare has just passed over the Montfort try line, and that has made the score 10 to University of Leicester, 5 to the Montfort University.
Can't see there being too much left in the half.
No, I can't. The De Montfort team has now gone down for a huddle. I believe they'll be discussing what went wrong there, what they're going to do now until half time. I think they'll be talking about, just keep the heads up, stay in the game, do the best you possibly can. What do you feel about that, Megan?
Obviously, I'm very sad, but it was a great play from Leicester. They saw our disadvantage again, and they played well. They deserved the try they got. We just need to push.
They did, yeah. They had a very strong runner as well who broke. I think she broke about 3 tackles to make that run.
Got Dmu at Varsity 2018. Second half has just kicked off. UOL have a narrow 10-5 lead. And they also have a penalty just about 7 metres inside the De Montfort half. Looks like they're kicking for touch here. Get the line out, get a bit of territory. Megan, what do DMU have to do to grind out a win?
I think they just need to be on the ball a bit more with the defence. That's about it. They're attacking really well. They're communicating really well. They just need to communicate a little bit better with defence to just move the girls down the line on defence when there's more Leicester players on the other side. But that's one thing, I think that's the main thing that they need to do. But now it is a turnover and DMU have just got the ball. And now it's Leicester's again.
Yeah, Leicester are on the attack, and the referee's called it up for a penalty. I believe that was an advantage. Yeah.
DMU now have a penalty, 15 metres from the touchline, just inside their own 22-metre line. They'll be able to clear their lines here, relieve a wee bit of the pressure, I expect.
Yeah, they're kicking for touch, which means it's going out of play, and they're going to have a line out where they throw the ball back into play, and both teams line up, and they throw a player in the air to catch the ball, but it's a controlled throw, so it means they grab onto the player's shorts. There's two people that throw at one person. They grab onto the shorts, and they're trying to hold them up for as long as possible to catch the ball. And De Montfort have retained the ball from that line out.
Passing it down the line, backs line. Leicester have got very good legs. They've definitely warmed up. They're not tired yet.
No, they're not.
Don't see any changes being made at the break. But I'm sure we'll keep you updated as to when there is. Referee giving the Dmu-Uol players a bit of a lecture there. Must be easily double figures now, penalty wise. I've also had two girls in the bin. Yes. So it's on here out left. Oh, if
two girls in the bin does mean the sin bin.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
It means they've either been repeat offending with one offence, or they've done an offence which is deemed too bad that it is deemed yellow card worthy. And when they get a yellow card, it means that they are off the pitch for 10 minutes in the sin bin.
In the aptly named sin bin.
Yes, and
she usually has a chair plonked right in the middle of the between the two dugouts.
Yeah,
it is chair of shame.
Chair of shame.
Yeah.
Or pride, whichever way you look at it. But also, I mean, if this one player does keep re-offending after the yellow card, it could lead on to a red card as well, which is not good because they do get banned from games if they get a red card. Yeah. I'm not sure about the box rules, but I do believe if you get a red card, you are banned from games.
I'm not sure. It could be banned. I definitely know you get a fine.
A fine as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the University of Leicester. I believe is being called over.
Yeah, they're not looked upon very lightly.
And they are getting another talking to University of Leicester. It looks like he's reaching for another yellow card for University of Leicester.
I think that's the third one,
yeah.
Right?
A third yellow card.
Third yellow card. All different players though.
All different players. That's 3 players they've had in the sin bin this game.
Yeah.
And another one. So they keep putting themselves at a disadvantage with all these disciplinary actions taken against them. And so De Montfort had the penalty there, and they've kicked for out of bounds again, which means they are going to throw it back in a line out, like we said before. But yeah, what do you think about the game so far, guys?
Seems to be it's always been played on this left-hand side of the pitch from where we're sitting. The opposite the Nottingham Building Society stand.
Yeah, getting a stiff neck, always looking over to the left.
Yeah, bar the two Dmu-Uol tries at the end of the first half.
True.
Hopefully DMU can get a bit of parity here in the second half and reignite that dominance.
Yeah, DMU have got possession again. They are running with the ball. It's on the halfway line, this ruck, and De Montfort have passed it out just to their inside centre, who's got caught up, and it looks like it's a maul that is not moving. It's stuck at halfway.
the UOL girls were just standing straight up, I think, so it didn't really go properly into them all.
No, the referee's called it up, and it's a penalty for De Montfort.
There is a injured player on the floor now. I think it's the UOL. Oh yeah, she's getting up.
She's getting up. Strong.
Walk it off.
Yeah. But it's worth saying as well that there's just been a red card,
Wow. Yeah.
and I can't believe my eyes, but number 6 from the University of Leicester team has just been red carded.
Jade Shakespeare. I'm not too sure what that was for.
I think it was repeat offending.
Yeah, it was her second yellow card. So now UOL will be playing the rest of this game with 14 men. They also are 14 women, I suppose.
And they've also got one in the sin bin. So at the moment, they've only got 13 players on the field. And another player is coming off injured. But I mean, a player has gone on to replace the injured player. But what do you think about that red card, guys? That was pretty bad, wasn't it?
Izzy Drexler just did a knock on.
Yeah.
Very sad, but scrum down, I believe.
Yeah, it's very rare you see a red card really in rugby, isn't it? But just those repeat offences, they've not been learning.
They are quite strict with it now as well. I think a lot of the tackles are very high, and then going into the ruck way too soon. Sorry.
We've even seen that in the professional game, the clampdown, particularly to do with player welfare. It's probably just right. Minimalise the number of injuries.
Especially with the scrum as well. They've been changing the scrum over the past few years.
Yeah, so Tiffany just got the ball from one of the Leicester players. It's now turnover.
And De Montfort University are inside Leicester's half on the 10 metres line. There's been an interception by University of Leicester. Their fullback, number 15, is running for the try line, but she's been tackled, and she tried to throw the ball away to her player, but it didn't quite reach.
Good tackle from Carolyn.
That's the second try-saving tackle she's made today.
Brilliant.
Great gas there to deny Chloe Tidmarsh.
I think power in those legs, isn't it? She got there really quick.
I think a definite contention for woman of the match for that woman.
Number 9, yeah.
Yeah. So there's a scrum down now, and yes, if you've just tuned in, you are listening to Demon FM's live coverage of the 2018 Women's Varsity, and the scores at the moment is still 10 to University of Leicester, 5 to De Montfort. And University of Leicester have just peeled off the scrum and are running for the try line, but I've just been tackled short by a De Montfort player. You seem to be getting into this, don't you, Megan? Really?
Very frustrating when I know our girls they've put so much into this, and they know they can do it, as they showed in the first, 20-25 minutes of the first half. They played so well, and they're going to, I think they may be getting tired. I'm not too sure what's going on, but they need to kind of pick it up a little bit just to save themselves, I think.
Yeah, especially with the player advantage, or I should say players' advantage they've got over the team.
There's 2, I believe. No, 2 off now.
They should be able to do something with that.
Substitution being made here.
Yeah, Kat's coming off and Mary Trimmer is coming on.
Is that do you think that's quite a good substitution?
I think so, yeah. Kat, she's never played rugby before. She used to play football, actually. She's done really well this season. She's picked up the rules, she's picked up everything really well. Everyone's fitness has been so good. But the girl that just went on now, Mary Trimmer, she's played for county before.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, back in Hertfordshire, so yeah, she's a good substitution.
It's going to make a good difference for De Montfort?
Yeah, she's good at getting into the rucks really quickly.
Brilliant, yeah, so De Montfort have a kick, and they're on their own 5 metres line. And they've just kicked for touch, they've kicked it out.
Good kick from captain, Kate.
And so again, that's going to be a line out for De Montfort because it was a penalty. And so how do you think these line outs have been going so far?
Unfortunately, don't have the statistics to hand here because trying to do 14,000 things at once here, but both sides have found it difficult. It's difficult to have to sort calls out, particularly there's a bit of a breeze here, hence why there's been a few crooked calls made from the referee. Players are doing as good as they can, in my opinion.
So a crooked call, what that means is when the hooker throws it into the line out, they're supposed to throw it straight. So that means an even distance between both teams, and a crooked call means that it's not straight and it's more biased towards their own team, which isn't allowed in a line out. So that you're right. There's been a few call-ups for the referee about that, but as the game goes on, they seem to be getting better at each aspect of the game. And
yeah, that's Izzy sidestepping everyone. Hopefully she's going to get past. Yep.
Ball gone just slightly forward there. It's a good break from Izzy Drexler just up the left-hand side of the pitch. But unfortunately the ball went forward, and now UOL have a chance to break.
Grab that ball.
The penalty wasn't blown because UOL have the advantage, and I think the advantage. I don't think that was an advantage. I think that was a whole new penalty.
I'm not really sure. Was that
number 12 is getting talked to by the referee?
Yeah.
So our captain.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's that about. Might be something at the breakdown.
Yeah.
I think the breakdown is where most of the penalties have been happening. So
I think it was Carolyn Singleton over the ball there was penalised. Not too sure what she did wrong there. She was the first player in, but obviously if the referee says hands off the ball, you have to get your hands off the ball.
And they've tried to kick for touch, but it's not quite made it to touch, and a Dmu player went to catch it, and she has unfortunately knocked it forward. If you've just tuned in as well, you are listening to D1 FM's live coverage of the 2018 Women's Varsity, and it's worth a mention that this is a live event. We are surrounded by the crowd, so if you do hear some swearing and any other offensive language, we do have to apologise in advance for that, because this, as we say, it's a live event, and we don't know what happens, and everyone seems to get into it, get a bit eager, don't they? So there's been a substitution for University of Leicester. Number 23 has come on, and one of the University of Leicester players has come off. I'm not sure who's come off at the moment. Number 14 came off.
That is, get my team sheet up here.
Ross with the knowledge.
Rachel Elife. Sorry, Rachel, if I've completely butchered your name there. But she's been replaced
by number 23.
Yeah, not too sure. We haven't had the fortune of being supplied with UOL's replacements list team sheet.
So University of Leicester, they've passed it out the line, and they've stepped aside, and they've just taken it down for phase one of this attack. And again, I believe that. So what happened there was there was a fumble by one of the University of Leicester's players. It fumbled on the floor, and a Dmu player went to kick it. But as she went to kick it, a University of Leicester player tried to dive on the ball. So the Dmu player kicked the ball, and it did go forward, but then got tripped up by the player that dove over the ball. So the referees just called it up, just
That was Honor Dans who tried to kick the ball. She's limping just a little bit, but I think she's going to be all right.
That is Ebony Barker coming on for Dmu, number 23 going into the back line.
And number 13 came off for Dmu.
Lucy Carr.
So yes, this game's getting quite interesting so far. There's been a lot of substitutes made. There's been some good plays been happening from both teams, really. But the score still stands at 10 to University of Leicester and 5 to Dmu.
It's worth mentioning again. UOL do have a player sent off, Jade Shakespeare, who's shown a red card. Second yellow card, which equals a red. So she will now miss the remainder of the match. And
she also gets a fine as well. We're not sure how much the fine is, but there is a fine for a red card offence.
Dmu now have the scrum in the centre of the pitch. Player advantage in the scrum. UOL opting to leave off the number 8 at the base of it. But UOL have stolen the ball. The UOL do seem to have a bit of an advantage.
They're running down the outside of Dmu. Dmu are scrambling for defence now, but University of Leicester, they've got some good stuff going on now.
The UOL have grown into this game. DMU haven't had it all their way in the second half. They've struggled to get inside the UOL half, and now they've given away a penalty just inside the 15 metre, just about 13 metres from the touchline, the left-hand side of the pitch, for not rolling away in the tackle. And Eleanor Clark, she'll step up to put the ball into touch.
That's safe. That kick was straight into touch, quite safe. That means it's going to be University of Leicester's throw-in for the line out, and let's see who gets the possession out of this line out.
I believe Rebecca Hannaby is now coming on. I'm not sure who she's replacing.
Do you think that's a good substitution? Is Rebecca Hannaby quite a good player for De Montfort?
Yeah, she's now replaced Mel. She's very good to come on now, so I played second row with her last year in Varsity. She's a very strong player, she's good with her leg drives.
So, mob and set up here by UOL. They've got it, they've taken it out to the back line. They've overlapped. That's a great tackle. That's a great tackle from Lyric Goff, the fullback, prevented a certain try there. UOL do still have the ball inside the DMU 22. His ball's just slowed down a wee bit now, but UOL continue to hit it up with the forwards, moving towards the Holland Barrett stand in the far side of the pitch.
Yeah, this is very good pressure from University of Leicester. They are on De Montfort's 5 metre line, and they do seem to be passing out and running strong into De Montfort's defence.
From the get-go, they're very strong with their legs, aren't they? They're getting they're getting power into it, and they're so strong hits.
Yeah, they have proven before they can score from these sort of setups. They have broken the line and scored before, so what's stopping them doing it again?
It looks like
oh dear! So a University of Leicester player has just knocked on the ball. The ball got past her, and she unfortunately just knocked it on, which means that it is going to be a penalty for De Montfort. Yeah. This is a great chance for them to clear their lines. Really.
The referee's going for his pocket again, giving the cards out, but like it's Christmas here. I think that's the fifth or sixth card he's given out.
A yellow card for a De Montfort player.
Rachel Gresty.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that was for.
Now levels things up in the playing field. Both sides will have 14.
Do you think that the referee might possibly be too happy with his cards?
Nobody likes giving out yellow and red cards. It does ruin the game.
It is a tough decision. Yeah. But I suppose both teams are now on even players. Both teams are now on 14 players, if I'm correct. And I believe, University of Leicester have they kicked off after the penalty. They decided to run after the penalty, and they managed to make it over the top of the De Montfort defence, and they have now scored another try, and it was underneath the post, so it is highly likely that they will get the conversion, but we shall see. They haven't got it yet. That makes the scores 15 to University of Leicester.
Yep, 5 to DMU with the conversion to come. It's the UOL number 8 with the try. Gemma Donaldson. Fortunately, DMU just couldn't get under the ball to hold it up.
Yeah, Gemma Donaldson, number 8. It says I did get the try, like you said, Ross. How are you feeling about the game so far, then, Megan?
It's a tricky one to kind of comment on, to be honest. Again, the same things as I said before. Really, the girls just need to wake up a little bit. I think they're realising now that they have got the potential. They just need to kind of realise it and put it into play now. They must be getting tired, frustrated. They need to channel it into the game.
University of Leicester have just converted their try, which makes their score 17 and De Montfort's 5. What do you think that De Montfort needs to do to get back into the game now?
I can't hear you.
Sorry, it is quite loud in here. We've got the announcer blasting out his noise throughout the stadium. I was saying, what do you think De Montfort need to do now to get back into the game?
I think they just need to realise that they have still got time, that they can still turn it around. But I just think they're Leicester getting into their heads now. They're realising that they are very powerful, they are very strong, and they just need to figure out their weaknesses and kind of go towards that.
I think they possibly just keep their heads up. They're not out of the game now. There's still a long way to play. Fatigue's going to be setting in. It's going to be quite proven to see which team has the best fitness towards the end of the game, really, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. They just need to see the gaps, they need to break through it, they just need to keep their heads up, keep looking. Yeah,
so we're halfway through the second half now, so we've got 20 minutes left to play, and which is plenty of time for De Montfort.
12 points down, two converted tries. Admittedly, though, in the second half it hasn't looked has gone to plan for them as they would have liked. Would you agree with that assessment, Megan?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. We just need to.
And with all these penalties being dished out, it might be an option for them to kick. However, the kicking might not be the strongest, but if it is a penalty close to the posts, it might be worth a consideration. What do you think?
For DMU?
For DMU to get some points.
Definitely. We don't have our kicker we had last year, which is a shame because she was absolutely amazing, Holly Wilden. But who we've got now is our captain, and she's been practicing so much. She's our kicker all this year as well. She's been doing really well. So she only had one try, obviously, to get the conversion earlier. She didn't get it.
Yeah, it was a difficult conversion as well. It was from a hard angle. De Montfort were looking for a quick tap and go there from their penalty, but they've not managed it. So they are kicking for touch, and it has successfully gone out of bounds, which means they're going to have a line out for De Montfort University, and it's going to be halfway in between the 22 and the 5 metre line. If you've just tuned in, you are listening to Dmu FM's 2018 Women's Varsity, and it's worth saying this is a live event, so if you do hear any swearing on the radio, we have to thoroughly apologise for that. It is not us swearing, we are surrounded by a live audience who tend to get very enthusiastic about the game. So again, we apologise for any swearing that you may have heard or may still yet hear.
Is the first of 2 live commentaries we are bringing you this evening at Welford Road, the home of Leicester Tigers. The men's varsity, they're on after kick-off 8:15.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be a full night of rugby still to come. De Montfort have been pushed back quite far. Number 11 is running down the outside now.
She's got the support.
On a dance.
Yeah,
sorry, my mistake. She made a brilliant run down the outside, got lots of metres gained for De Montfort, and now they are just off University of Leicester's 5 metre line.
That's Rebecca Hannaby now getting into their touch. Didn't get too far, but it's still so powerful.
Yes, so passed out again to Donna. Strong running there, handing off, just inches away from the try line. This girl here on the edge, she's trying not to get dragged out by the University of Leicester players. Again, Donna taking it, picking and go from the... picking and going from the rug. Sorry, my apologies for that. And I believe that was a touchdown.
Yes, go!
Go for it.
Yes, Dmu, well done, girls. That was so good. I think that may have been Gabby who got that try. But is she injured or is she excited? I'm not too sure.
I think she might be quite excited after she's scored. So,
I'm not sure who that was.
So there is an injury down on the pitch. I believe it is Honor.
Yeah,
is it Honor that's down
Honor,
injured?
yeah.
That might be a significant disadvantage for De Montfort if Honor is injured. So that was a De Montfort try there against University of Leicester for Rachel Gresti, if I've pronounced that right. And
was that Rachel Gresti?
I think it was
scored
Rachel.
The try, number 4.
Number 4, Rachel
Gresti
Gresti
that's
scored
Rachel
the try.
Victoria Gresti.
And so that puts the scores at 17 for University of Leicester and 10 for De Montfort. Let's hope that they can convert this try for the extra points because they do need them.
That wasn't Rachel. Rachel was on the sideline. I think that is Gabby. They've changed their tops, I believe. That was Gabby.
They've confused us because like you said, they've changed their tops. So again, Megan, who was it that scored the try?
I think she's got a scrum cap on, so I can't really see her face, but I do believe it was Gabby.
So we believe that it was Gabby that scored the try. If we hear anything different, we will update you about the second De Montfort try. Unfortunately, in the conversion, they hit the post, and that is very unlucky to hit the post during the conversion, isn't it? So yes, University of Leicester 17, De Montfort University 10. Great plays there from De Montfort. What did you think about that then, Megan?
I think that was brilliant. That was brilliant work. They had their head screwed on really well there. They saw the gap and they just went straight for it. Really proud.
Great build-up work. Yeah, that was really good actually. I think DMU are still in contention here really. They've got 15 minutes left to play in the half, and I don't believe that kick has gone 10 metres, but I don't think the referee has...
Just about went 10 metres.
Just at the end. Okay.
Yeah, DMU picked it up, and now they've a chance to attack here. Well, they've lost the ball forward.
That was quite unfortunate. Quite an unfortunate knock on there.
About 10 metres from the near touch line here at Welford Road. UL have put into the scrum.
Yeah. So a knock on. I'm going to explain a bit of the terminology here. A knock on is when either a player drops the ball and the ball rolls forward, or the ball hits a player anywhere above the knees and the ball rolls forward. That is classed as a knock-on, and that is a penalty to the opposition if that happens. And the referee's called up here. Unfortunately, the number 9 for the University of Leicester thought that she was through. Nobody was tackling her because everybody else heard the referee's whistle and not her, which is quite unfortunate, really. You think you're in for a goal, you think you're in for a try, and the referee's blowing his whistle.
That would definitely annoy me if that was me, but...
Yeah, it happens though, really.
It does, yeah.
So yes, it's a scrum now for University of Leicester. There's been quite a lot of scrums in this game, really. The scrums, they seem to be quite solid, you know. I don't think many penalties come from the scrums. They seem to be very good.
Yeah, that's a little bit high on a URL side right now with the prop, but...
I mean, it's good for De Montfort to get low, though.
Definitely, they're very low right now.
Yeah, and that was called up. I'm not sure.
Knock on at the base of the scrum there from Shona Dixon. So now DMU have the ball. That was very good pressure from DMU. They're putting their player advantage forward.
Yeah, they stayed low. They pushed.
Yes.
They may have made the number 1 on University of Leicester go up a little bit, probably because of that she wasn't low enough, but yeah, they're very solid. They're doing really well.
Yeah, De Montfort definitely seem to have the advantage in the scrum. They go low and it's passed straight over to Donna. Honor, sorry. I'm going to keep on saying that.
That's fine.
Honor.
Yeah.
She's a very strong runner for...
Very strong. She's got a lot of power, a lot of stamina. It works really well.
Yes, and now I believe Leicester have the ball at the scrummage.
I think it may have been a knock-on. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, more higher than likely. More than likely.
More than likely.
If I can get my words out, more than likely that it was a knock-on. So I'm going to explain a bit more about the terminology. So a scrummage is actually, Megan, would you like to explain the scrum?
Oh, okay. A scrummage is basically a form of a penalty, right? Correct?
Yes,
yeah?
correct. Yeah. And University of Leicester, they seem to have knocked the ball on again, or not.
Yeah. So now DMU have the opposition.
But yes, a scrummage is when both forwards from either team basically bind up, so they grab onto one another's shoulders, one another's hips, and there's 3 layers to it. So there's the front row, which consists of both of the props on either side and the hooker in the middle, and then on the back row you've got your 2 second rows, and then you've got your 2 flankers which bind loosely onto the second rows.
Yeah,
you've got your number 8 at the back, so that's about 3 levels of people in the scrum. And the scrum is when both teams go down, they lock together, so both of the forwards lock together, and the ball gets put in by the scrum half down the middle, it's supposed to be fairly down the middle, and then the hookers hook for the ball to scrape it back to their side, while both of the teams push to gain meters on the ball. I hope I've explained that very well. I mean,
yes, you did. I didn't realise that's what you wanted me to say. Sorry about that.
It's all right. Yeah.
I believe Rachel Victoria Gresty has now come on from her yellow card, so she's back in the scrum.
we have 10 minutes left of the game, but stay
Very
tuned
tight.
to Demon FM for more live coverage of the 2018 Varsity, because after the women's Varsity, we've got the men's straight after, hopefully kicking off at 8:15, and it's put on the wing to Honor. Honor's very strong running.
She's got a lot of people on her. They know
does.
she's strong enough.
Yeah, they're
Targeting her, yeah.
De Montfort are just hitting past the halfway line, scraping into the University of Leicester's halfway line, just about. And let's hope they can build something with this as hack.
Let's hope they still got time. Still got time for at least hopefully another try on our side. But like University of Leicester showed before in the first half, they got 2 tries in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
So and we've got
it
10
can be
minutes.
done.
We've got 10 minutes left of the half. So 2 tries in 10 minutes is easily achievable. And for De Montfort to level it out against University of Leicester, they need a try that is converted. So that's 7 points. So that would, if they got a converted try, that would put it level pegging at 17-17. There was a player there that was great running, had a very strong handoff, laid out one of the University of Leicester players.
Yeah, that's our number 8. She is Eyebrows is her nickname. Sorry, her real name is Ashley Lewis.
Why is Eyebrows her nickname if it's safe? For the
It's
radio?
completely safe. Yeah,
Okay.
she first year she just has very good eyebrows, and one of the girls said, "Oh, you have really nice eyebrows," and that's basically where it's come from. Nothing more really, to be honest.
Fair enough. But De Montfort still have the ball now, and they're looking to pass it out on the width. And it's back to Honor.
And through a lot of girls, she got through a lot there. She got the support. Hopefully, we can bring it back now.
I feel like she is averaging. Honor is averaging 2 girls that she manages to get past, which is very good.
Very good. She got through about 5 just then. She did, and then she got down. Obviously, kind of 1 on 5. You can't really beat that, can you?
How are you feeling this game is going so far, Ross, with 8.5 minutes left to play?
Yeah, of course. It's just takes 1 try under the posts. DMU now also have a penalty about 20 metres. Or about 10 metres from the UOL 22.
They've taken it quickly and they've decided to run with the ball.
Tiffany Lewis.
Mary Trimmer now.
Yep.
Gaining some valuable metres there, and they're behind the 22-metre line.
The ref's blown that up. When DMU were straight through there. I'm not sure if I agree with that.
Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with it.
Yeah. And now.
I believe. Okay. So I believe that De Montfort had an advantage then.
Yeah.
And De Montfort still had the ball breaking through, but the referee called up to the penalty they had. And then in the rush at the moment, the De Montfort player who was kicking and going just fumbled it slightly. So again, it was a knock-on, which means that University of Leicester have the put into the scrum. So,
Megan, who have DMU got to come off the bench that could make a bit of an impact in this game, get that vital score?
The girls on the bench now.
Yes. Yeah.
So we do have Ebony. We have Kat, who's just come off. I'm not sure if Ebony has actually played just yet. She might have played for a little bit actually, and then she came off. I think all the girls have had some time, other than Catherine. Catherine may play in a bit.
is Catherine a valuable player to bring on?
She again is new. I think she never played beforehand, but she has quite a lot of power. She's good with her fitness as well. So yeah, and definitely I think she'd be all right.
And I'm sure she's got more energy than a lot of the players on the pitch right now.
Yeah, because she hasn't played yet. Yeah, so definitely.
Yeah.
I think Danielle would be another good player to put back on. She already was playing before. She's actually taken off her jumper, so maybe she is getting taken on. She's a very good tackler. She's very low. She's very quick.
That's an absolutely crunching hit there from Izzy Drexler. She's nailed her opposite number.
Really laid it out there.
Oh, that was Mary Trimmer.
So University of Leicester on the ball. They're picking and going from the scrums with their forwards. Trying to get the ball here, but they've held on to it. And again, it's spilled out the side, but University of Leicester still got the ball.
And
they've got space on the outside, University of Leicester. Unfortunately, that was I believe a knock-on there by University of Leicester.
I think DMU now have the scrum down, I believe.
with about just over 5.5 minutes to go. Are you seeing a potential DMU win, or are you seeing a potential University of Leicester win?
It's so tricky because even if we do get another try, do we get the conversion? It's very touch and miss and go. Can't say it about right probably, but yeah.
Very touch and go.
That's the one.
Yeah.
How's the season gone for De Montfort this year?
Bucks-wise, I think we have done really well. Cup-wise, we didn't. I think we played our first game and we didn't win, but I can't remember who we played against, but they're a very powerful team for our first cup game, so unfortunately we didn't win that one. But no, yeah, we've been really strong, really united, really good as a team.
And University of Leicester have gained possession and are in the De Montfort team's half. They're making very good building attacking play here. What did you think? What about? Do you think you can predict the end score now?
It's not looking too good for DMU. Uol have the ball deep inside DMU half. DMU haven't had as much possession as they had in the first half, and any possession they have had has been in sort of their third or the middle third of the pitch. They're going to have to force things soon with less than 5 minutes left on the clock.
They are, yes. And I especially agree with that because University of Leicester do have possession at the moment, and they are in De Montfort's half, and they are trying to break over De Montfort's 20-metre line. So, I mean, if De Montfort really want to do something special here, I think they're going to get possession, really. They
need to try and find a break in their defensive line, aren't they, to try and get a try now, I believe.
Yeah, I would agree. But if you've just tuned in, with about just over 3.5 minutes to go, you're listening to Dmu FM's live coverage of the Women's 2018 Varsity. It's worth saying this is a live event, and if there is any swearing, we do apologise for that. Like we say, it's live. There are crowds around us, so we do apologise for that if you have heard any. But definitely stay tuned to Dmu FM, because coming up later is the men's rugby varsity at 8:15, which is only half an hour away. And but yeah, very much the women's game is very much still in full swing of things, coming towards the end now. What do you think could happen from this play here?
I'm not too sure. It depends how the line out goes with University of Leicester, how powerful they are, their line outs. I think they've got quite a lot of their line outs already, so we just need to be on it.
Definitely, yeah. And University of Leicester won that line out, but the referees called it up for
I think it was too much over to their side.
Yeah, for a crooked throw.
That's the University of Leicester men's side have just come out here and began warming up just in this break down by the dead ball line in front of the Mattioli Wood stand at Welford Road here. Kick off between DMU first men's side and UL first men's side. It's coming up 8:15.
The De Montfort University's men's rugby team is also, and they're also throwing the ball about. And but enough of that, because this is the women's game.
Yep.
And University of Leicester are pressuring De Montfort. They are almost on De Montfort's 5-metre line, possibly looking for another try. And I think if they look for the try, that could seal the game for them.
They're getting very quick, they're getting very powerful. They really want that next try, don't they?
They really do, I would agree. Again, they're on the De Montfort University's 5-metre line, really pressuring now, going through the phases, whipping it out to their strong runners, trying to break the line. But De Montfort's defence, in all respects, has improved and is...
It definitely has, yeah. They've switched on, they've realised.
The University of Leicester just passing it out wide now, and they've not quite made it to the try line.
Becca Hannaby with a great tackle there, taking the ball out.
Yeah, they've been tackled again on the 5-metre line.
And again, Rebecca Hannaby with another tackle straight up.
De Montfort defence is really in top gear right now. Just defending, trying to not let them get any further. And unfortunately, I think University of Leicester have just gone over the line, but the referee...
He didn't count it.
He's not counted it. The referee has called a decision.
I think it was held up, I believe.
Yeah. So
blown up for a penalty, high tackle by DMU.
That is unfortunate. That is, but I mean, it has stopped University of Leicester from going over the try line, and they're powering through. They're trying to get over, but they do keep on getting stopped. This De Montfort defence seems rather impenetrable.
If this was here at the beginning of second half, that would have been absolutely. We would have had an amazing game, and still been so good.
Yeah, they're still
still pumping. They're still trying, and it's brilliant to see.
And I think University of Leicester have just scored a try. Yes, in fact, they have scored a try. The referee has blown for it. Unfortunately, De Montfort's defence, however good it was, have just slipped up and let a try through.
There's only so much they can do, isn't there?
So that makes University of Leicester score 22 and De Montfort score 10. So, I mean, with
can't imagine there being too much left after this conversion attempt.
I'm not sure how much is left, but I don't think there's much more to play, really. A minute, if that, maybe a few minutes. We don't know what the overtime is or last play is. But yeah, I don't see De Montfort coming back, really. How do you think the game has summed up so far, Megan?
It's been brilliant to watch. Like, obviously, I'd love to be down there playing with them as well, but it's absolutely brilliant. They've done everything I think they've been told to do, other than a few things in defence, and now